Hey, it's Alax, whatever. I'm looking at my backlog of games. I've been trying to whittle it down, complete games, and add more to the list. The list got longer.
I do not remember buying this. Ugh, another game to add to the backlog. I mean, I gotta play this, I gotta play that. You didn't think a hobby would be so stressful.
I've just given up. Who cares? You know, as long as I play a game, it'll be a new experience to me. So, except for the ones I can't miss, who cares when I get the newest game of the month? So,
welcome to my tier list on how much I liked games I played in 2020. So just to clarify, this isn't games that released solely in 2020, it's just games I played. Except ones I've replayed since childhood, like... I didn't count these because I don't count breathing as food. But before that, we have some honorable mentions, aka games I turned on for 5 minutes then decided I didn't want to commit to anything new, resulting in me replaying Mario Party 5 story mode. Bug Fables, I met a bee. And then I played for a little, fell in a hole, and then... Gris. It's beautiful! Does the gameplay start at some point? Mischief Makers. This game feels like it's from an alternate dimension. It's the definition of a lost gem, even though I don't understand any of this. Ace Attorney. It's like the Bible. It's like, I know the story, but I don't know the story. And speaking of trial-based visual novels... Nope, I don't see anything. You must be seeing things. I don't know what you're talking about.
the world's been asking, what is the stupidest way you can do a tier list? And I've cracked the code. Instead of starting at the bottom and going up, I thought it'd make more sense to start in the middle. Because let's face it, people don't care about the middle. People always zoom past the middle to get to the top or the bottom because they want to know what's shit or what's great. So, we're gonna zoom through the middle tiers as fast as possible.
So sports fans, we enter C tier. These are my sliced bread flavored opinions, things that nobody probably could get offended by. So I wanted to give this series a try since this was going to be the talk of the town, and for once I wanted to be hip with the kids and play what they were playing. I'd heard so much about the cinematic gaming experience, something unprecedented in games before this, and it was okay. Like, I get the whole cinematic experience thing, like being like a television drama, but the only reason people pretend this was the first of its kind is because they don't count anime games.
Hey, answer me!
Yes, I know people don't like JPEGs over PNGs, but their stories are pretty deep and pretty fire. Emblem. Not to say that it was bad, just it was serviceable. I got what I came for and I was satisfied by the end. This is a restaurant review. So wait, he played the second game too, right? Whoa, what's this? Whoa, hey, wow! This game has always been out of my wheelhouse, and it sort of just was this ominous entity in the shadow, like, I don't know, some sort of Japanese mafia? No, the other one. What? So, I finally tried it, and it's rad! Like, you really don't have to think too hard about it. You turn it on, play through the story, and it's a fun experience. Essentially, it's a beat-em-up mixed with 3 different types of cutscenes and a semi-overworld-like. Plus, you can attack by breakdancing. Do I need to say more? Alright, no funny, only sad. Eliza is a visual novel centralizing around advanced mental health technology where therapy is informed by an AI algorithm. But don't worry, it's an American-made visual novel. You're not getting your ooh-woos or senpai please. Teleporting woman! It's a cool concept for sure, but I don't want to spoil anything regarding it. All I can say is it's short, it's fulfilling, and talks about grief, loss, and the concept of our dreams. But fuck being sad, am I right? Your depression? Who cares? It's time to talk about party games. I've played a bunch of party games this year, and it's kind of hard to rank them because they're as good as the group you play them with. Jackbox, Among Us, Jackbox, Clubhouse Games, Jackbox, Kirby's Dream Course, Jackbox 7. And Rocket League. Yeah, a lot of people are surprised that I actually play this. But I mean, it's not something too seriously. Sometimes I just turn it on to stretch out the old tires. It's a good thing to put on in the background while you're cooking or taking a shower. Nothing beats an evening with the brews cranking out some goals with the boys. This is not my footage. And now we're moving up to Tier B. So, I have a confession. I played The Binding of Isaac once and then said, I guess I don't like roguelikes. Oh my god, please, if you didn't like the genre and think, oh, I don't want to play it, no, try this game. It is so good. Roguelikes, if you don't know, have a pretty short path to the end, but they encourage you to retry That's because each time you die, you can come in with new abilities, and the enemies in each area changes. And the specific thing with Hades is you actually get stronger. And because runs are such high intensity but so short, I find myself turning on, playing a run, and then turning it off and going back to it multiple times a week. So there's my game design cell. But the real cell of this game, everybody's smoking hot in this game. Is it just cause they're in hell? How do I get here? I still care to self-checkout. Can I get in now? In summary, it's a game about daddy issues.
Hello, Scott. Daddy's back. You're semi-evil. You're the margarine of evil. You're the Diet Coke of evil.
At least I didn't talk about this as much as Persona. But Three Houses is what I'd recommend to anyone trying to get into Fire Emblem. I've spoken about it before, so I'll keep it brief. The game becomes as much time as you put into it. You can enjoy it if you spend a lot of time going through all the characters and maxing them out, or you can just play through one of the stories and get your fill. I'm currently experiencing exhaustion, so my plan is to give it a break and then come back because I've already sunk a few hours into it. Anyways, Zelda. What can I say? A good game is a good. I've always been into the 3D Zeldas, and I wanted to expand my gaming repertoire and tackle some of the 2D ones, and this, I mean, it's the de facto Zelda experience. It's so damn good. Everything you like about 3D Zelda, it's boiled down in this game to be the perfect representation of what the Zelda formula is. And, why is this on the list? Mario! You're telling me he's never finished Super Mario Brothers? It's the first Mario game! Luigi, this game's literally everyone's Tame Impala! They think they're big fans of it and they've only played 2 levels! I mean, we all have those games. Do you like Super Mario Sunshine? Oh yeah, I got to the bird. Do you like Wind Waker? Oh yeah, that windmill aisle? I lived there. I mean, at least I can say now I've beaten the game authentically, so whatever that counts for. And the final game of B tier. This game should have been nominated for Game of the Year. A free-to-play 4-player battle royale. I don't know why no one's playing this. This is the next esport. Alright, please, for the love of God, grab your stress balls. We're going to D tier. I can explain. Animal Crossing is a fun experience if you hate closure. Honestly, I think I've discovered a lot of new games this year, and I'm happy that I've played them. But if a game just doesn't grip me or align with why I play games, then it's kind of hard to keep me invested. It doesn't matter how many tarantulas you catch, releasing them means nothing if you're not enjoying it. A lot of reasons I think this is a good game, just it's not really something I enjoy. Alternatively, Helltaker. It was a pretty fun experience. It's this small, difficult puzzle game that's a short romp with funny characters, beautiful art, and oh, I'm done. But the developer clearly has great vision, and I'm excited to see what else they do further. Speaking of vision, well, I can't see anything.
No, Alax!
Phasmophobia is a game I wouldn't typically try, but a horror co-op game dependent on proximity chat. It's really cool.
How do I place it?
G.
Yeah, you can just drop.
Never mind. My only gripe is once you get to a certain level in the game, it feels like you've experienced all the game has to offer. It's not even scary anymore. I can just predict what happened. Oh, hey, hey, how you doing? And Sid Meier's Civiles at Ion. Welcome to Civilization 6. What's this? What does that do? I'm sure I'll figure it out. Give it time. Just a bit longer. What the fuck is Niter? You know, it's not a bad game. I'll let you know if it's good by hour 50, though. You know who should be added to Smash? Teddy Roosevelt. Oh, and his Echo Fighter. Rough Rider Teddy. Life's rough when you're rough riding Teddy. And let's talk about Danganronpa. Alright, someone put a timer on the screen. We'll be here for hours. I am so mixed on this series beyond anything I've ever played in my life. I just refuse to talk about it because it fills me with so much frustration that I can't form a thought. And maybe that's the reason I keep coming back to it. Like, do I hate myself? Do I like just pursuing this mental exercise where I have to go and play something I hate so I can enjoy the things in my life I do like? Like, oh, I have soup in my cupboard. Why am I complaining about anything? As long as it's not this game, I think I'll be fine. The first game, it was cool. It had its issues, but it was a cool idea and I liked where it went. I was excited for the next one. Fuck this. The characters are all annoying tropes. They have no depth. The dialogue is insufferable. If there can be a non sequitur, they put it in. How many useless cutscenes can we add? Let's break the world record! Every new mechanic introduced makes it more complicated, cluttered, and annoying to just do the most basic of tasks. It's just like the antithesis of what I like about games. But the story is interesting and I keep going back to it. So, I'll try the third game. Maybe I'll like it. We're not even at the lowest tier yet. Okay, I need some positivity. I like this game. Yeah, somehow he doesn't like Animal Crossing that much, but he'll play Persona 5 like 3 times through. Okay, so it's either I say a lot about this game now, or I just save it for when I can go off only on this game, so I'm not gonna go crazy about it. Play Royal if you want to try the Persona series, period. It was everything I could have wanted in a remaster. And how do I talk about what they added without spoiling anything? Spaceship Man Enemy Rush sucks. Hot Tub Time Machine. How can I write love into reality? You know how to impress a Persona player? Tell them they don't have to go to sleep, they can instead mop the floors. 10 out of 10! Best game! So, a theme with this list is I tried a lot of genres of games I typically wouldn't play because I wanted to expand my tastes. And one of the games I'm extremely thankful I did that with was Super Metroid. I'm in. I love the genre. I'm gonna buy all the Metroid games. It's for sure hard to get it until you've actually played the game, so it's kind of hard for me to really whittle it down to one paragraph, but with this format, all I can say are little sweet nothings and pat it on the head and call it a good boy. It is a master class of this genre. Everything about it is so immersive and allows you to explore it to your heart's content. And finally, this goes hand in hand with Super Metroid. I bought this stinker in 2019, played it for an hour, and my dumbass was like, you know, Donkey Kong Jungle Beat looks a lot more fun. But after Super Metroid, I could not kick the urge for more. Again, it's way too hard to talk about this game, but the amount of world there is to explore, the actual combat and the fun exchanges between the world and your actions, it's so good. And the thing is, there's a lot of games that are inspired by a traditional formula and end up like, but this, it takes the idea of Super Metroid and completely goes its own way. And it's wonderful. It's games like this and the experiences they let me have that makes me happy that I still play games. Here we go. Some of you have definitely been waiting for this, and you're gonna get what you wanted. I've changed about how I think about games in the last couple of years, where I may have in the past wanted to just yell about how bad a game is. Now I'm a little bit more empathetic to the work that goes into them. And also, just because I don't like something, it doesn't mean others didn't find enjoyment out of these games. So with that said, this game is like wiping with one ply, dry chicken, ingrown toenails. Serviceable, but every second of it is insufferable. Why? I'm mad. Alax, come on, it's a beautiful game, it's got funny dialogue, and it's open world. If you like this game, I completely understand why, and that's totally valid. But I just feel like people see all the good of this game and ignore the not so good parts. And the not so good parts are integral to the experience for me. You know what? No, I'm putting my foot down. If this game wants to be an RPG so bad, I'm gonna treat it like one, even though it barely qualifies. The way RPGs work is you have two areas, the overworld and the battles, and what you do in each of them affect the other. Paper Mario the Origami King? It's like, what? No, why would I do that? The thing that dictates your progression in this game, the thing you're required to play, is just not enjoyable here. They made a circular rotation puzzle on a timer in a kid's game. It looks like this is something some indie developer pitched to Nintendo, and they're like, oh yeah, that screams Paper Mario. And the worst part, it's not required. There is no leveling. There's no reason to battle if you don't want coins. This got so bad for me. I tried anything to not do useless battles because I just wanted to progress. And the thing I found is if you pause the game near an enemy, it resets their encounter timer, so they will go back to a neutral state and you could walk right past them. The basis of my point is, in a game where I don't like the battles, and if the battles aren't fulfilling, like, do I think that game's doing a good job? Like, it doesn't even matter how funny the dialogue is, would you still read a book if it cut you with razors? And you can't have peanut butter without the jelly. I gotta go to the loo to do a part 2. I can't believe it's not better. The entire game's story and theme is not lost on me. The theme is the exhausting pursuit for revenge and how it can destroy you in the process. And if you could match gameplay to a story's theme, this game nails it. Because this game destroys whatever good qualities it did have because it just doesn't know when to stop. It doesn't know when to cut something out. It just keeps everything in and makes a laborious, long, and arduous game that I really wanted to enjoy. The first game I liked because it told its story. It was very clear what you had to do. Move from one side of the country to the other. But this is a huge mess. I understand going for a dynamic story and what they were trying to do, but they completely dropped the ball. And that's probably because it was just a little bit too ambitious. It feels like there were higher up choices about what they wanted these games to be, even if that went against the core design, even if they couldn't deliver. Just like Paper Mario, I was disengaged and I wanted to see if I could skip areas, and lo and behold, you can. If you go to one of these smash the circle button loading areas, you can unload all of the enemies in the previous area. You enter a door and they're like, it's the other guy's problem. I think this game could have been so much more if they just cut it down to its core parts and left out a lot of the unnecessary bits. Again, I wanted to do a tier list because it's a fun way to organize where you spend your time, but it has the effect of boiling down these experiences to a few sentences, and that may do a disservice to many of them. The truth is, there were parts I despise about Persona 5, and just the same, there are parts I loved about The Last of Us 2. We'll never truly understand why someone may love or hate a game. It's all based on their own lived experience anyways. So, I can make as many valid points about any of these games really, but if you loved them, then who cares? So, with that said, you've got to be fine with this. Just goes to show you, your favorite games can be found in the weirdest of places. Mine from a breakfast advertised box of sugar pellets. Another year of me playing this game to death, making some of the coolest parks and getting the highest ride stats.
Gaming can be for everyone, even if all of our opinions suck.
AOIRCT2. Yeah.